But why do we have a person like a Lord Jamar, who is from the Brand Nubians, who, I believe is part of, hip hop's legendary hip hop group? Why is he not on that? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that he understands who created it, but these out or came around later and they participated, et cetera, et cetera? Why is he speaking this way and everybody else over here?
And shout out to Lord Jamar. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see. I had a chance to chop it up with him on his live the other day. It's on our YouTube channel if you want to check out that clip
Mm-hmm.
where we were talking about this whole situation with the Puerto Ricans and the 50-50 and all of that. But I would say the reason why Lord Jamar is speaking truth to power, or he's able to wrap his mind around what we're saying, is number one because Lord Jamar is God body. He a 5%er. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He a real 5%er. And so that's part of our culture as 5%ers, is to seek the truth regardless to whom or what. You know what I'm saying? And to stand on what is called the truth or square. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe those lessons, I've always said this about the lessons, the supreme mathematics, the supreme alphabets, and the 120 lessons, that is to me the most beautiful foundation that you can have when it comes to having knowledge itself as a black person, because it unlocks so many things in your mind for you to be able to absorb new information. I believe that's what the purpose of those lessons are for. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad crafted the 120 lessons, I believe that was the purpose of it, because when you study those lessons, it is esoteric in a lot of ways. It's not. It's almost like when you read the Bible. A lot of people take the Bible or Quran literally, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not intended to be a literal story. When you're reading a story from the Bible, it's not intended to be taken literal. It's supposed to be codes to open up your mind, to give you keys on how you're supposed to live your life and how you're supposed to move in certain situations and predicaments. I believe those lessons operate the same way, but it was customized for foundational Black Americans. It was customized for our specific experience here, because that's what it came to. You know what I'm saying? Master Fard Muhammad could
Right.
have went anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? But he came specifically here to the foundational Black Americans and brought those jewels and brought those lessons. And so when you have that as your foundation, I believe you are able to absorb different information. Because if you notice anything, when you see all these different factions of the so-called conscious community always warring with each other about different things, about different
Mm-hmm.
ideologies and all of that, whether it's the Hebrew Israelites and the Moors and all these different people going back and forth about whose ideology is right. One thing that you will notice,
Right.
the God bodies and the Nation of Islam, because we got the same lessons. Out the 5% lessons come out of the Nation of Islam. The God bodies and the Nation of Islam, they find the truth in all of their ideologies. The
Mm-hmm.
God bodies in the Nation of Islam are not in conflict with any of those ideologies. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's due to those lessons being the foundation. It allows you to find truth in all of the ideologies and put it together to make it make sense for yourself. That's why I believe Lord Jamar is on code with it. I know that was a little bit, kind of a rant. No,
But it needed to be said. And I asked the question, you answered it, damn it. I
right.
respect Lord Jamal just for standing on his square and not being pushed in a corner, because he's worried about being canceled, or people not, rocking with him or whatever. I like the way he got at him, not in a disrespectful way at all, but we're going to stand on truth. And